For centuries, the story of Pompeii has captivated the world. A city frozen in time, its inhabitants eternally preserved in ash. But recent archaeological discoveries have rewritten this narrative, revealing a tale not just of destruction, but of survival and renewal. Today, we look into the fascinating world of Pompeii's survivors, uncovering how they rebuilt their lives in the wake of one of history's most famous natural disasters. To understand the significance of these discoveries, we must first journey back to the Roman Empire of the 1st century AD. Pompeii and its smaller neighbor, Herculaneum, were thriving coastal cities in the Bay of Naples. Pompeii, with a population of about 30,000, was a bustling hub of commerce and culture. Herculaneum, home to around 5,000 people, was known for its fishing industry and skilled marble craftsmen. These cities existed in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius, a volcano that had been dormant for centuries. The Romans, unaware of the looming danger, built their lives around its fertile slopes. The volcano was so quiet that it didn't even have a name in Latin. It was simply called the mountain. On August 24, 79 AD, Vesuvius awoke with a vengeance. The eruption began in the early morning, sending a towering column of ash and debris over 20 miles into the sky. For more than 18 hours, the volcano rained down destruction on the surrounding area. Pompeii was buried under feet of ash and pumice, while Herculaneum was engulfed by pyroclastic flows, superheated avalanches of gas and volcanic matter. Traditional narratives painted this as the end of the story for these cities and their inhabitants. However, recent research has challenged this view, revealing a more nuanced and hopeful picture. Archaeologists have spent years searching for evidence of survivors. Their innovative approach involved tracking unique Roman names from Pompeii and Herculaneum in the inscriptions and records of other Roman cities after the eruption. This painstaking work has yielded remarkable results. The archaeologists have identified over 200 survivors who resettled in at least 12 different cities, primarily north of Vesuvius. But how did these people survive such a catastrophic event? The key lies in the nature of the eruption itself. Unlike some volcanic events that happen suddenly, the Vesuvius eruption unfolded over many hours. This gave many residents time to flee, especially in the early stages of the disaster. Evidence supporting this theory includes the absence of many items one would expect to find preserved in the ash carts. Horses and valuables are notably missing from many locations in Pompeii and Herculaneum. This suggests that many residents had time to gather their belongings and escape. Some of these migrants went on to prosper in their new homes. Take the Caltilius family who resettled in Ostia, Rome's bustling port city. There, they founded a temple to Serapis, an Egyptian deity associated with abundance and the afterlife, perhaps a reflection of their gratitude for survival and hope for renewal. The Caltilius clan even intermarried with another family of Vesuvian refugees, the Monachiuses, forming a powerful and wealthy dynasty. In Puteoli, modern-day Pozzuoli, we find the story of Aulus Umbricius, a merchant of garum, the fermented fish sauce beloved by Romans. Aulus revived his family business in this thriving port, and in a touching nod to their new home, named his firstborn child Puteolanus, the Puteolanian. It's a beautiful gesture of embracing a new beginning while honoring the place that made it possible. But not all stories ended in riches. Fabia Secundina, likely the granddaughter of a wealthy Pompeian wine merchant, found herself in reduced circumstances in Puteoli. She married a gladiator who died young, leaving her struggling. In Nuceria, a modest town east of Pompeii, three impoverished families, the Aviani, Attilui, and Masuri, banded together in mutual support. The Masuri even took in a foster child, Avianius Felicio, an act of generosity rarely seen in Roman Pompeii and suggestive of the boy's total loss of family. These accounts underscore a remarkable aspect of the survivors' experience, their spirit of giving. Even those who had little shared what they could. The Vibidia family of Herculaneum, once great patrons of their home city, continued this legacy in their new community of Beneventum. There, a female family member dedicated a small, humble altar to Venus on public land, a far cry from the grand temples they once funded, but no less meaningful. The response of the Roman government to this crisis offers lessons that resonate even today. Emperors invested heavily in rebuilding and new infrastructure for the displaced populations: roads, water systems, amphitheaters, and temples. There's no evidence of debates over funding recovery efforts, nor of survivors being isolated in camps or facing discrimination. Instead, communities welcomed them, and many went on to open businesses and hold local government positions. As we reflect on these ancient events, we're reminded that the story of Pompeii and Herculaneum is not just one of a single, terrible day, but of the months, years, and generations that follow. It's a testament to human resilience, to our capacity to rise from the ashes, sometimes literally, and forge ahead. The rediscovery of Pompeii and Herculaneum in the 18th century captivated the world, offering an unprecedented window into daily life in the Roman Empire. But now, with this evolving understanding of survival and resettlement, we gain insight into something equally valuable. These cities, long symbols of sudden, inescapable doom, are transforming in our collective imagination. They're becoming beacons of hope, reminders that even in our darkest hours, there is a way forward. As we continue to unearth the stories of those who lived through that terrible eruption, we honor their memory not just by preserving what was lost, but by celebrating what endured. In the end, the legacy of Pompeii and Herculaneum is not one of ash and stone, but of flesh and blood, of people who faced the unthinkable and still found the courage to begin anew. Their story, buried for centuries, now arises to inspire us all. As we conclude this journey through time, I want to thank you for joining me in exploring the remarkable story of Pompeii and Herculaneum's survivors. Their tales of resilience and renewal remind us of the enduring strength of the human spirit. If you've enjoyed this dive into ancient history and its modern revelations, please consider subscribing to our channel. By doing so, you'll ensure you don't miss out on future episodes where we uncover more hidden stories from the past and explore how they connect to our world today. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest uploads. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more history enthusiasts like yourself. We're always eager to hear your thoughts and questions. Feel free to leave a comment below sharing what fascinated you most about the survivors of Vesuvius, or suggest other historical topics you'd like us to explore. Remember, history is not just about the big events, it's about the people who lived through them and how they shape the world we inherit. By learning their stories, we gain invaluable perspectives on our own challenges and triumphs. Thank you again for watching. Until next time, keep curiosity alive and never stop exploring the lessons of the past.